Hi, I'm Dave, founder of Halloween Year Round. I have to be very, very quiet, or they might hear. Wait a minute. I think they hear me now. Oh no. Here they come. They're coming. Alright, I'm here to review A Quiet Place Part 2 before they come and get me. Oh no. Oh no. Here it comes. I thought I was being quiet, but I wasn't being quiet enough. Oh no. Here it comes. Here it comes. So let's talk about Quiet Place Part 2. Hello again. I'm Dave, founder of Halloween Year Round, and I'm joined by my friend Jonathan. And we just saw Quiet Place 2 and just couldn't wait to talk about it. So, first off, we're not going to get too much into spoilers.
Okay.
I want people to, be able to go on the internet for once and not have something spoiled for them. So, first thoughts.
I really think it was probably every bit as good as the first one. Or like, it was definitely good to watch the first one before we went into it.
I mean, yeah, given that it, aside from the opening, which this is not a spoiler, the opening is sort of a flashback to how it all started as the trailers show, but, once the movie gets going, it really picks up, like, immediately where the first one left off. So, if you're going to want to rewatch the first one, do it right before you go see this one, and they'll kind of make, like, the perfect, double feature. So, I like that it took... The first one was just this really cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
And this one took those concepts and just kind of ran with them. I think some of the ways it ran, I was like, I don't know. We're getting a little... I like that it expanded on the mythology. The one group of people reminded me a bit too much of Lost.
I'll agree with that, yeah.
And, I love John Krasinski, and I think he's a fan of Jurassic Park because it felt like the way he shot the creatures, he shot them in the same way Spielberg did the Velociraptors. There were a couple scenes that I felt like I was watching Jurassic Park, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I think it's interesting to see his influence.
Mm.
But, it's definitely... It feels John Krasinski's absence. What did you think of the new additions?
I thought it was an interesting choice to bring somebody else on. Just because, I don't know, like, I just assumed, like, it was going to end up being, like, a story that was just about, like, that family, and, like, it was only going to be mostly them in the world. And I guess maybe that was nicer to see that, like...
I mean, that's what the first one was, and if the second one had just done that, then what's the point?
Yeah.
And I love Cillian Murphy. I think he's a great actor, between all the stuff he's done, in Christopher Nolan movies. He has experience in post-apocalyptic sci-fi with 28 Days Later. So I really liked his character's sort of redemption arc, where he's sort of a foil to what John Krasinski's character was, and he shows, like, he starts off not very heroic and he becomes more heroic.
Yeah, he's definitely more of an anti-hero throughout, I think.
I think he at least starts out that way. He's the one who's like, it's everyone for themselves, people out here aren't worth saving, and even, like, right away he's like, no, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, kind of a jerk move, but you get it.
Yeah.
In the
world, yeah.
I would help everyone I could, and I would not be like that.
I don't know if I believe that. I've known you too long.
Yeah, I like that you did kind of see how different groups of people were living, and how you had some that were more peaceful, you had some that had become quite harsh and brutal.
Even just like everybody else's coping mechanisms. Like the big thing they had for the family we were following was like the sandpass
Mm-hmm.
that we knew from the other movie, but it's like, how are other people avoiding making noise?
You know, some were just setting traps using other people. I did like the new setting. I like the sort of industrial train yard. I thought that made for a really cool, just like production design. And I think we get, correct me if I'm wrong, we see much more of the creatures this time. I think it would have been foolish to say for John Krasinski to be like, oh, we gotta shroud a mystery. It's like, no, we know what they look like. We've seen them. And they really shine here. And much like the first one, very tense.
Definitely.
Very, you were over there in your seat, like, ooh.
There were certain things that you definitely felt when they happened to the characters.
Oh, they were. There were kind of. And if you remember from the first one, when Emily Blunt steps on that nail at the bottom of the steps, there are a few moments in this movie that I would say rival that. We were like, oh my god.
Definitely.
I thought it was a very noble and valiant effort to take the story and try and expand upon it and take it in a new direction. I don't think it quite has that unique charm that the first one did. That when that came out, it was unlike anything we'd ever seen. And it's almost like the mere existence of the first one kind of ruins that for this one. Because you go in and you kind of know what, at least from the beginning, you kind of know what you're getting as far as the world goes. So I don't think they'll ever capture lightning twice, but as far as sequels go, this is probably, I wouldn't say it was as, I would say it's as good a sequel as you could possibly do for that first movie. And if you can, watch the first one right before.
I would definitely see the second one in theaters again. Like, I don't usually see that many movies, like, more than once. Like,
it's an experience for you know, that level of tension. You know, I actually missed the first one in the theaters, and I really regret that, because, you know, people said, like, you'd have a packed theater and you could still hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Because just the tension was so high. We pretty much had the theater to ourselves, which was a different experience. One I enjoy, you know, there's nothing like having a whole theater, because then it's like, it's all your living room.
Yeah, but, like, the screen is, like, 6 times as big.
Well, you know, we don't all have giant living rooms as much as we'd like to. So yeah, check out A Quiet Place Part 2, now in theaters. If you have seen it, or you know, if you're a fan of the first one, you know, what do you think? Leave us a comment. Tell us what your plan would be in a post-apocalyptic world like this. How would you get out of it? As always, like, share, subscribe, all the stuff I'm obligated to mention as a YouTuber. You can also follow Halloween Year Round on Facebook, Twitter, or on the website, HalloweenYearRound.com. Now's the time for my sign off. He's on Familiar. He doesn't usually do videos with me. So I say, stay scared, and remember, every day is, and then you know what you have to say.
Halloween?
Okay, so
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Remember, friends, stay scared, and every day
is Halloween.
A little more.
A little.
I'm not editing this out, by the way.
Oh, God.
Remember, friends, stay scared, and every day
is Halloween.
That's the spirit. Thanks for watching. Bye.